Hello, hello. We are about to head to Durant in Oklahoma. We're going to play a $200 100K guarantee. This is a day 1B. Let's get to it. All right, we're driving. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to. So it's a WPT tour, but it's happening in Durant, Oklahoma. It's the same one that we had in Hard Rock Casino in Florida, and yeah, I think the only difference is location. It's the same exact main event. It's a $3,500 main event next weekend, and this weekend is just a small event. It's a $200 this weekend, 100K. So we're gonna be playing that, and I think yesterday it already hit 80K for day 1A, so that's pretty insane to me, at least. But that's what we're doing. We're driving over right now. We're in Dallas, Texas, and we're just driving an hour up north just so we can go. Pretty excited about it. I probably will be trying to play the main event if I can satellite into it. There is a video that I posted, or not, I haven't posted it yet, but I talk about a little bit of a downswing that I'm going through, so I definitely want to try to be careful. I do want to try to satellite into the main event because, I mean, that main event, it'd be a dream to play the final table, because it's the final 6 go to Las Vegas at a HyperX arena, esports arena, and it's always kind of been my dream to play professional video games, esports. And I don't know, this would be the closest I ever get to it, so it'd be really cool if we could get a final table and go to Vegas for the final table, final 6 actually. So, but anyways, we're gonna get started here soon. I'll probably get some footage of whenever we get there to the casino, and then we'll get right into the hands. All right, we'll see you then. We've been on a downswing, and it's time to lower stakes. So what better tournament to fire at than the $200 100K in Durant, Oklahoma? We had a bit of a drive, so we're a little late, and when we sit down, it's level 3, and blinds are 200, 300, 300. We have ace-4 of hearts in the low jack. We haven't been at this table long, and under the gun opens to 1,500. Blinds are only 300, 200, and this guy opens to 1,500. Interesting. Red alarms should be going off in my head, but nah, with ace-4 of hearts, I decide to flat. I don't recommend this, and I do not regularly do this, but I was just curious to know what this guy was up to. Everyone else folds, and we're heads up. My thoughts going to this flop is that he has aces or ace-king, and the flop comes 3 of hearts, 8 of diamonds, 10 of clubs. He now c-bets for 2,000, and I decide to float because we have some backdoor draws. Turn comes the 9 of spades, and I have just ace high. But now, under the gun, checks, and I immediately think he's definitely on ace king. I go ahead and check back this turn. The river brings a jack of spades, and I see my opponent breathing extremely hard. Not sure why, but he probably thinks I'm really strong. Anyways, he checks the river, and I have to bluff because he's on ace-king, and I'm not going to let ace-king take this one away from me. I decide on betting big. Yes, maybe he folds if I bet smaller, but I figured I'd guarantee the fold if I bet big. So I throw in a bet of 10,000, and he just goes, wow, and says, okay, I'm folding this, and shows pocket aces? What? What is he doing? Okay, that worked. I'm up to 23,000. It's still level 3, and I'm starting to realize how much easier $200 buy-in tournaments are compared to $5,300 tournaments. And I'm raising a lot of my hands. People seemed scared at my table, so when I pick up ace 9 of diamonds in the cutoff, I choose these ace-high hands as candidates to squeeze or re-raise over people's limps. So this hand, when a low jack player limps 300, it folds to us, we raise to 1,100, and it folds back to low jack. He calls, flop comes ace, jack, deuce with 2 hearts, low jack checks. I go ahead and check back this one. In theory, we should bet small, but I doubt low jack has a strong hand, so I want to allow bluffs. The turn brings the 9 of hearts, and the flush gets there, but we also improve to 2 pair. And when low jack checks again, I decide it's time to bet so that no random 1 heart hand gets there. I bet 1,100, and low jack quickly folds. It looks like people are burning money, just limp calling, then folding. We're up 7,000, and it hasn't even been 10 minutes. Then, literally right after that hand, we pick up pocket 10s and 9s and win a bunch there. And then right after that hand, we pick up aces. We're just running hot. Let's go. We've only been here for 15 to 20 minutes, and it looks like I'm a maniac, but I've just been picking up hands. We're up 10,000. Finally, after slowing down a few orbits, I couldn't seem to find any spots until I picked up 9-10 suited from middle position. We have about 25,000 behind, and blinds are now 500, 300. We have 2 under the gun limpers, and I haven't seen a pretty hand in a while. So I say this one's good enough to re-raise. I make it 2,000, then the player to my direct left re-bets it to 6,000. Crap. I may have ran into it. It folds back to me, and I decide on gambling for a big stack, so I call. Flop comes king, deuce, 4 with 2 hearts. I check, and he c-bets for 4,000. I shove, he calls, and we have a run out.
Got a flush draw.
Oh. Nice. And just like that, we're out and on to our second bullet. All right, first bullet is down. We had about 40 big blinds. We took a flop with 9-10 suited and hit 2 hearts on the flop, and we went with it, rolled with it. We're trying to get a big stack here early on, so I don't mind firing a few bullets. We're gonna go ahead and fire number 2. Let's go. After a pretty fast first bullet, I sit down and decide on folding a bit more this time. It's level 6, and we have a spot with ace-10 off. We're in the small blind, and we have a hijack limp. It folds us, and we raise it to 2,400. Big blind calls, and hijack makes the call as well. Flop comes 9, queen, 5, rainbow. We c-bet for 3,300. Big blind folds, and hijack makes the call. And when the turn comes another 9, I say screw it. I shove. We go all in. Hijack folds. Easy bink. Don't ask my logic. I definitely was reading into something at that time. A few moments later, I pick up pocket jacks from the cutoff, and low jack opens to 1,600. It's level 6 still, and I 3-bet to 5,400. It folds to him, and he makes the call. Flop comes king, 4-8 with 2 clubs. Low jack checks, and I c-bet for 4,200. Low jack calls, and the turn comes a 9 of spades. I honestly think he's on a flush draw, so when low jack checks again, I shove for the remaining of my stack, and he folds. We have a stack of 30K now. Let's go. It's level 7 now, and we've been losing a few small pots and couldn't really find anything until we got ace-king of clubs from the small blind. We get an undergun limp, and then low jack shoves for 14,000, and when it folds to us, we shove ace-king, undergun folds, and we have a run out.
Can I have a hand on?
Oh, God.
Won't do it.
Oh, no, that's scary.
You take that back. Take that back.
Right after that hand, we find a small loss with ace-10 off from the cutoff. Low jack opens to 3,600. We make the call, and button makes the call as well. It's 3 ways to the flop, and it comes queen jack 6 with 2 spades. Low jack checks, I check, and button bets for 6,500. Low jack calls, and I go ahead and make the call as well here. A lot of money in this pot. I felt like if I had a king, I'd get paid massive, so when the turn comes a queen of spades, I'm in a check fold mode, and yeah, we lose that one. Down to 14,000, not doing too hot. After not finding anything for the longest time, we peel up queen 9 of spades from the small blind. It folds to the cutoff, he limps, it then folds to us, and the guy to my left is on hold for a phone call. Like, it seemed like some important, urgent phone call, so me being an exploitative poker player figures this guy's range is fairly tight in this spot. I believe he would not play anything but the nuts, so I decide on shoving my queen 9 suited here, and this guy now snap calls me. Cutoff folds, and he insta-shows pocket 6s. Ah, crap. Let's see a run out.
Small pair.
Oh, okay. I'll flip him.
Window queen.
Okay. Hello?
Okay. Just the 80 minutes.
Well, that worked out. Stack is at 42,000. Let's go. We go to break, and when I come back, I find a few spots to chip up to 60,000. It's all of a sudden level 10, and we find ace-jack off from the cutoff. It folds to us, and we open to 3,200. We get a call from the big blind, and the flop comes ace-9-7. Big blind checks, I c-bet for 3K, and big blind now raises to 8.5
8K. Whoa. I did not expect this. I'm about 55K behind, and honestly, I'm not going into a call station mode. If he has a flush draw, let's run it, and if he has a weaker ace, I do not want him to randomly realize his equity. So we go ahead and ship it all in. We get the longest tank. I mean, the longest tank. I even had a moment where someone thought he said call, but it was just another table. Anyways, after about 5 minutes of thinking, he makes the fold. We'll take it. Not sure what was the best play here, but I think going broke is pretty standard. It's now level 11, and we're in the cutoff with pocket eights. We got this awesome dude named Isaac, and we just had a long talk about poker vloggers. We've been chatting it up, and he opens up to 5,500. Big sizing, interesting, not sure what to make of it, but I go ahead and flat call. I'm usually scared to re-raise or 3-bet over someone that opens in big sizing, but I'm cool just flat calling to see how things progress. So I make the call, small blind calls as well, and it's 3 ways to a flop of 6, 7, 3, 2 spades. I'm feeling like I have the strongest hand right now, and when small blind check, Isaac c-bets for 8,000. He went big and is repping strength. I could fold here, and I hate calling, especially if there's a flush draw Isaac may have here. But when I see he has only about 30K behind, I was ready to run it. So I announce all in, small blind folds, Isaac goes into the tank. Okay, I think I have him beat. He wouldn't be tanking with anything better than pocket, what, 6s? No, that would be a set. Pocket 5s. He then starts to talk about, did you really nail a set on me? And goes on about how this is such an exploitative fold. He turns over pocket jacks and shows me the fold. What? He folded jacks? I muck my hand and just don't have the courage to needle my new buddy Isaac. GG's, Isaac. It was a pleasure meeting you. On to the next level, we're at level 12 and have a stack of nearly 85,000. We're feeling pretty good about our spot in this tournament. We're slowly inching towards the money. I'm in the small blind with 6-7 off, and I'll be real. I like to play aggressive when we're inching towards the money bubble. When button folds to me, that's what I do. I open shove 85,000. Big blind snap calls with about 30,000 behind. And we have a run out. I forget to pick up my camera, but the board comes ace, 10, 5, rainbow, another 5 hits the turn, and we're drawing dead. Definitely not going to talk about that hand anymore.
Now you guys are good. You guys can roll your hands over now.
We're not going to talk about that one. Then literally right after that, 6-7 offhand, find another spot with ace king. When under the gun, open shove 7 bigs. I reshove from the button, and he tables ace 5 of diamonds. Okay, we can win.
Oh wait, he went all in.
Yeah,
he went all in. Never mind.
Okay.
It's what you can't see.
Right.
I got you. I got you. I was
So live.
Going down the protection.
chop. Oh no.
We got
Oh, you're alive. Better.
Ace king versus 8-10.
Oh.
You know who's gonna win that?
Oh. Ouch. We have ace king, and we're up against 8-10 of spades. The board runs out 3 jack 5 with 2 spades. Uh-oh, we have to sweat. Turns the deuce of diamonds. Can we hold? And the river comes the queen of spades. Ouch. Indeed. Okay, that doesn't work. So let's try again. We only have about 30K left in our stack and find ace queen off from the cutoff, and we get an under the gun, open it up to 6K. It folds to us. We shove our 30K. I go ahead and rip it in. Small blind now reshoves. I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm screwed. And under the gun folds ace king face up. Let's see a run out.
Oh,
Eights.
this guy protected.
Versus ace
Oh
queen.
yeah, you did.
But you have
Going to
one
the
around.
river. Eights versus ace queen.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
That was sick indeed. Small blind reshoving there made me the maximum amount, but if the ace king wouldn't have folded, I would have been just drawing to only 1 ace left in the deck. That's why everyone said sick, because that run out was pretty sick. I'm on the last hand before dinner break, and I pick up ace 7 of spades from the small blind. It folds to the button, and he opens to 6,000. I think about shoving here with 25 bigs, but I decide on just flat calling. Big blind calls, and flop comes ace, 8, 9 with 2 hearts. We check, and big blind checks, and button now c-bets for 7,500. We call and big blind folds. The turn comes the king of clubs, and I feel like we have the best hand, so we check, button checks, and the river comes an ace. We bet for value, about 80%. I think we threw out something about 25,000. Button folds and shows pocket fives. Man, if we would have just shoved pre-flop, I bet button would have called off with pocket fives. Oh well, on to the next. After dinner break, we pick up premium hand after premium hand after premium hand. It's level 13. We have about 80K in our stack, and we wake up with jacks, ace, king, jacks, and queen, king, queen suited. Back to back to back. We open each one of them and c-bet and take them all down besides the king, queen suited hand. Can't win them all. We're about 10 away from the money now. We're inching towards the bubble. It's still level 13, and we pick up ace, king off from the low jack with 100K behind. We're first to open and make it 6,000. Hijack now 3 bets to 21,000 with 50K behind. It folds back to me. This is an easy shove, and we cover him. So we shove, he calls, and we have a run out.
Field set.
Yep.
Small. Thank you.
Let's go. Stack is over 170K now. Then a moment later, I'm under the gun with king 10 of spades, and I raise it up to 8,000. Blinds are 4,000, 4,000, 2,000. We then get an all-in from the low jack player who only had about 14,000 behind. It folds back to us, and this is just call any 2 spot. So we do that, and we have a run out. Here we go.
Let's see him.
That's a flip.
Really?
Wow.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Let's go. Small chips do add up. Then, literally right after that hand, we pick up king, queen of spades from the middle position. I have about 180K behind, and to start the action, we have an under the gun player who open shoves 33,000. I'm feeling the run good coming my way, so I make the call, thinking no one else is going to call this. Then, small blind player wakes up with it and reshoves 88,000. And I'm like, crap. This is aces or kings all day. Everyone at the table basically telling me I'm priced in. What are you thinking about? Because I was thinking about this spot. And I'm like, dude, we all know what he has here, and I'm behind. But I ultimately still say, I feel like I'm pot committed and make the side call. Then, to just add salt to my wounds, I have to shut off the video right when the hand run out started.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, that's the only hand. Yeah, over shoving
For
there.
nines and king, queen, spades.
Nothing I can do.
Good luck, everybody.
There is no video.
Nope.
I can't record the.
So, it looks like I run bad after all. The flop came ace, king, 6. The turn comes a jack, which actually brought me a potential out to scoop it all. And we ultimately brick the river when the 3 of spades hits and we chip down to about 100K. After that hand, we are now on the stone bubble and we have 120,000. We were up to 200,000, but running into aces gave us a bit of a setback. Then this happened. So we shut it down for a little bit, but ultimately I sneak it back on for you guys. So coming back on, we bust the bubble. We're down to 63 players left and 39 players will back tonight. My stack is somehow at about 230K and blinds are 10K, 10K, 5K. I look down at pocket eights from middle position. We start the action with undergun player who opens up to 30K. It folds to us. We flat. It's heads up and we get a flop of jack 6, 7 rainbow. Undergun now c-bets for 30,000. I make the call. The turn comes in offsuit 9. We're open-ended, but to my surprise now, undergun just rips it all in for 140K. Wow. I'm literally just like, wow, he took my play. I was going to shove any bet he made, but why does he get to shove on me like this? It made no sense. If I lose, I will only have 60K left. This was a tough spot. I go ahead and make the tough call. We're playing to win. We didn't pick up the camera to see the run out, but we successfully bluffed catched him. He had ace king off, and the turn comes clean, a 6. Let's freaking go. We have over 450K in our stack. And we pretty much fought our way to a bag. Yup, this day one was a roller coaster. But we bagged $385,000, 39 players left, and we're playing for nearly $33,000 up top. Let's go to day 2.
We did it. We finished the day strong. Honestly, man, I think I played some really good poker today. I'm very happy with my play. I'm very, very, very happy with how everything went. And honestly, yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better run. So we bagged for day 2. I think tomorrow we're gonna be going into it with about 70 or 80 people left. First place will easily be 40 grand. I think 40 grand or close to it, but we'll definitely update it. We got a lot of good content today, and we're pretty excited about tomorrow. So we're gonna be vlogging all of that, getting all the runouts. But yeah, we bagged 385K. It's gonna be about 25 big blinds. That's it. Let's get them tomorrow. We'll see you.